I know what you're thinking, alright? It's 2017. You have an opinion? This is supposed to be a gaming channel. I mean,
are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
But, you know, let's just chill, guys, right? To put a long story short, I wasn't a great fan of the Thor movies. I mean, how can I put this in the politest way that won't offend too many Marvel fanboys, but we'll get the message across. I mean, so when I hopped on the Squad Discord server the other day and discovered that I'd been invited to go watch it, you know, I wasn't that eager. But boy, I was actually pretty surprised, and I thought the film broke the mold from what I'd expected entirely. Thor Ragnarok. The film was not the god-awful mess I was expecting. Mind you, you know, there are a few minor bones to pick, you know, just small things like the plot. One thing that kind of annoyed me about the film was the storyline followed two entirely separate things. So one was following Thor's mad sesh out on this planet full of crap, whereas the other storyline followed the storyline of Hela, the villain of the film. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hela, did I like her? Did I like her? Short answer, no. Long answer, no. I'm not going to crap on Cate Blanchett herself, as I think my opinion would just probably be just a little bit invalid. But personally, I just dislike the way she was written, and even a costume. I mean, what is that? Like a coat stand or something? I mean, with all of its flaws, though, I actually really enjoyed the film. I mean, whatever the film lost in plot, made up with its likeable characters and generally funny scenes. I was a bit worried when I saw the opening scene, which made me just cringe a little bit. This slightly slapstick tone, reminiscent of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I personally thought was a pair of dogs' bollocks. To be fair to it, I think I'm just salty because I watched Kong Skull Island directly before it, which left a pit in my stomach. And that film left me dead inside.
I call them skull crawlers. Why? Never said that name out loud before. It sounds stupid now that I say it.
Everything improved from then on, however, as the film went on a completely new route to the other god-awful Thor films. It was actually pretty comical. If I'm honest, most of the comedy came from the minor characters in the film, such as that Blue Rock guy.
I used to spin it really fast, and it would pull me off the...
Oh my God! Emma pulled you off.
The ground. It would pull me off the ground up into the air, and I would fly.
And Carl Urban dressed as a Rainbow Six character. I mean, I didn't really pick up their names, but they were pretty funny. Perhaps one of my favourite characters in the entire film was Jeff Goldblum, who's actually distinctive in his acting and fit the role of the asshole perfectly. I mean, he was also Jeff Goldblum, which helped. All in all, he was... did I mention he was Jeff Goldblum? Another one of the likeable characters was Hulk, played by Mark Ruffalo, who we saw more of in this movie, I'd say. One of the newer characters we met was Valkyrie by Tessa Thompson. I mean, she was pretty good as well. I mean, you know, she was pretty good all in all. Would definitely like to see more of her in the future. There was actually quite a few cameos in the film. I mean, of course, you had your bread and butter Stan Lee cameo, a cameo from Doctor Strange, who appeared for about 5 minutes, and one that really jumped out at me was... In the film, he's slightly disguised, so it took a second for everyone to click, but no word of a lie, someone from across the theatre just shouted, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. I mean, the film also contained The Devil's Anus, which upped the box office value by another $1 million or $2 million. Not much more to say about that. As I said before, the comedy in this film was something that really impressed me. It was so much subtler than Kong Skull Island. Granted, it did feel a little bit out of place at times, such as, you know, when people were dying all around, massacres happening everywhere on screen at once. I mean, it was obviously the right place to just, you know, stick in a joke or two. In conclusion, I rate this film 78 out of 100 for characters. Although likeable, they weren't really very fleshed out. However, I must rate Tessa Thompson 69 out of 21. overall, I'd give the movie a solid rating of 420 out of 666. If you want a fun, kick-ass movie that really sticks out from some of the other films, Thor is probably the one for you. All in all, some bits were a bit shit, but it wasn't half bad. Oh crap, the recording's still on. Alright. You didn't see anything there. It was just, you know.